Where'd you get that jacket?
Where'd you get that jacket?
Preston gave this to me.
The
You were
toilet
here.
Store?
The toe. No. They were closed. So the joke's on you. Where'd you get that jacket?
I got it for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
From Shaheen.
What?
Shaheen?
Shaheen?
Yeah, you familiar?
No. Oh, fuck, motherfucker. Fuck you. Go ahead. Say whatever the fuck you're going to say.
No, I got nothing.
Oh, shit. I thought it was going to be another trap. You've been killing it with those lately.
Yeah, because people are stupid. Shout out to Bill Black for being an idiot.
It's a co-best man. I'm going to check out Suits on Friday. See what the deal is. Get things going.
As I get the ball rolling on a suits.
But that jacket, it is nice.
Yeah, this should be night, boy.
But you look like
It's real Sherpa.
on like the Real Housewives of Anchorage, or like
Alaska?
Ice Road, yeah, or like Ice Road Truckers, like a very chic Ice Road Truckers. Did you ever watch those shows? Those shows seem like they were up your alley.
Yeah, I watch a lot of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the Animal Planet stuff.
Prime
Call of the
programming.
Wild Man. Unbelievable show.
Was that the?
It was Turtle Man?
Yeah, Turtle Man.
Turtle Man.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that show wasn't called Turtle Man.
No, it was called Call of the Wild Man.
Okay, but he was a Turtle Man, right? He was
Yeah.
the main guy.
And he had a buddy. I don't remember his buddy's name, but he was a
God.
legend.
Probably like Bubba or something. Those guys are all
He-
named Bubba.
Yeah,
He was
a
the
Bubba.
Turtle Man and Bubba.
Yeah.
It's a new Batman and Robin, baby. That's a good who would win,
The
Turtle
Turtle
Man,
Man.
and Bubba versus Batman and Robin.
Yee! That's what he would do.
No, I remember.
But like his you know, he was a smart guy. Like the way that he would not hunt, but like remove snapping
yeah.
turtles from people's ponds and
oh my
stuff.
God. Yeah, I only.
He would like find the air bubbles and then he would go down
It
with
was
his
crazy.
feet
Yeah.
and he would just pick which side was the head or the tail. And he always picked right.
That's how you become the Turtle Man, is just sheer luck, basically.
And then you just grab it by the tail and pull
Yeah.
out a wicked looking snapper.
Oh my God, those things were crazy. I remember when one got in the lawn at our parents' house at one time,
Yeah.
and one of the neighbors took like a cardboard box and just like, irritated it to see what it would do, and it fucking moved so fast.
Yeah, you get them a lot at golf courses.
Oh yeah. When I was when I did the like weekend golfing or something, when I was in middle school or high school at Tantera, we were out there with Hub Hayes, who's been on the show obviously, and there was a turtle in the. This isn't a great story, but there
No,
was
it sounds horrible.
Well, there was a turtle in the pond, and he threw a golf ball at it, and it hit the shell, and the turtle, moved out of the way, and another turtle came up from under it, and these turtles were fucking in the pond at Tantera, and Hub cock-blocked this turtle.
Yeah, whenever we get them, Adriano likes to, like the big snapping turtles, Adriano likes to pick them up and, like, bring them to water.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got to, like...
Yeah, you get like a hot...
Yeah.
a hot plate,
Yeah,
just
Yeah,
fingertips.
just the tips, man. Just the tips.
That's a secret to snapping turtles, just the tips.
Yeah, I watched that one. I watched, fuck, dude. What was that show? Dual Survival? Is that what that show was called? That
Oh,
was
yeah.
Cody Lundeen?
Yep, the no socks
No
version,
socks.
no socks, just bare feet.
Yeah,
guy. Yeah,
Dave. The other guy's name was Dave. Well, there was a couple other guys, but
yeah.
it was Dave.
They had to switch them out. Have you watched that Alone show
No.
at all? But you know what I'm talking about?
Is it like $1 million?
I don't know what the prize is.
for like,
but yeah, there's a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
They drop them off, and they're like completely alone.
and you get to bring like you get like 5 things. Like,
yeah, something like that. You get to
Mhm.
bring a couple things. I only watched the first episode of it, and it was pretty funny because the one guy, like, they dropped him off, and he set up his camp, got a fire going, immediately found a bear's den, like, right by it. And then, they've got, like, the night vision cameras and stuff, and 2 bears were, like, coming to his camp during the night, like, knocking on his tarp and stuff. So he left the next morning.
Why
He
don't you
left
just
immediately.
relocate?
That's what I was gonna say, but he just got. Honestly,
what kind of bear?
He was too scared. Black bears.
Oh,
I know they weren't like huge.
They weren't even grizzlies.
No, well,
black bears are
grizzlies-
like primarily vegetarian.
Well,
They eat berries and stuff.
I mean, I guess so, but
Maybe if they had cubs.
they
I mean, like
were
if you have food out,
sure.
but like
I mean, the den was full of fish bones and stuff. It would have been eating fish. So
from the nearby river.
yeah. So I don't know. I
Interesting.
mean, still, I wouldn't want to mess with any,
I might have made
any
that
kind
up about black
of
bears.
bear. Yeah, I don't.
But either way,
think
I'm not
that's
afraid
true.
of black bears.
I'm afraid of black bears. I'm afraid of any kind of bear. Obviously, grizzlies are scarier.
Grizzly bears, yeah.
Grizzly
no.
bear, fucking.
Yeah, those things are big, and they're just.
You ever
like,
see
they're
that
just,
video?
eat
There's
you.
like this grizzly bear, and it like walks up to a moose, and it just karate chops the moose in half.
not in half.
Not in half, but it breaks its back. It
Yeah.
completely splits its
They're
back. It
big
doesn't
boys.
chop right
and
through
also
it.
moose are large.
Moose are nothing to mess with either. Yeah. People don't realize how
I'm
aggressive
more
moose
afraid
are.
of moose than I am black bear.
Yeah. Yes. That's
However,
black bear, yeah.
in the situation, but that's because I think like me and a black bear could just like we would be. Whereas like a moose, like
black
yeah,
bear's easier to scare off.
moose
That's
are
the
very
thing.
territorial,
Yeah,
and like,
and they'll come at you.
but I would rather like I think I could get away from a moose easier than I can get away from a black bear.
because
Like if a black bear was like ready to fight me, like face to face, I feel like I'd be in trouble. But if a moose was, I feel like you only got to miss one dodge, and then you got to like kind of like just get out, like
do you want to
it'll
Google
chase
which one
you.
is faster?
No, I would assume moose are fast. They got long legs.
Oh yeah.
But like again, then you hide behind a tree, and then like
Well, I think if you climb up a tree, you're good for a moose. But black bears can climb trees.
yeah. I'm
Which
not a
is
good tree
also
climber
scary.
though.
Well, if
Like
you got
if
a
it-
moose coming
But
at
I
you,
know,
I'm
but
sure
like
you
if
can
the
learn
moose
pretty
is,
quick.
if the moose is coming and you're not high enough up that tree, it's gonna. I feel like it's gonna
it's
like
gonna get you?
horn you off the tree.
Horn you off the tree. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta climb quick. Valentine's Day is less than a week away, and whether or not you need some last-minute flowers or you forgot that key ingredient to make your romantic dinner, Instacart has got you covered, because with Instacart you can get not just groceries, but some of your favorite products from some of your favorite local stores delivered right to your front door in as little as 1 hour. Okay, forget going to the grocery store. You don't need to add that headache to your life, okay? You can just use Instacart, make things easier on yourself, and the best part is right now, 2 in the Cooler listeners get free delivery on their first order of $10 or more. All you have to do to get that deal is hit the link in this episode description. Instacart will deliver whatever it is you're looking for right to your front door. No delivery fee, so get that deal, make things a little easier on yourself, and start using Instacart today. Folks, a great way to support the show and do something nice for yourself is to check out all of the sick merch we've got over at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. On there, you're going to find not just merch for this show, but also for Schemin' and Dreamin' and Quested, the 2 other podcasts that we produce right here. And we've got all the top stuff, hoodies, t-shirts. We've got a lot of accessories and stuff like, mugs, pint glasses, a lot of really cool things, and top quality, folks, okay? Because I'm tired of ordering stuff from shows that I like or, different places, whatever, and it comes and it's either like a shitty brand or the quality just isn't there. And with the shirts especially, you get them from some of these places and it's that like super cheap Gildan brand or whatever. And I mean, those shirts are not even wearable. That's not what you're going to find over at snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. So do something nice for yourself and go check that stuff out. You can hit the link in this episode description to go over there, or you can check it out in our Instagram bio again. That's snackspot.se/creator/teespring.com. And if you're interested in advertising on this show or our twin show Schemin' and Dreamin' or Quested, the Dungeons & Dragons podcast that we produce right here, you can email us at snackspotsports@gmail.com for details on how you can start reaching thousands of listeners in the Buffalo area and beyond. Because podcast advertising, if you check it out, Forbes has done a couple articles about it on the effectiveness of podcast advertising, and that's why you have these large companies like McDonald's is advertising on podcasts, Walmart, State Farm, like these massive companies that are going to be running ads during the Super Bowl next week or whatever. They're all moving into the podcast space, and it's cool to see them, get away from traditional media and stuff, because everybody knows that it's dying out. Okay, it's for the elderly. It's for the elderly, and the elderly only buy things on QVC or whatever. So you don't need to advertise on that sort of thing. That's why these big companies are moving over. And it's cool to see that, but it doesn't leave any room really for smaller local businesses to get in on the action, dip their toes in the podcast water, so to speak. But that's why we're here. So if you're interested in learning more about all the benefits to podcast advertising, again, you can reach out to us at snackspotsports@gmail.com. You remember If You Give a Moose a Muffin?
Yeah.
Classic
Give
book.
a moose a muffin.
What was your favorite, like, one of those little picture books? Did you have any favorites when you were a kid? I know you weren't, like, a big reader, but maybe
No, I
somebody
just don't
read
really
it to you.
remember them. But, like,
Oh,
I
okay,
remember,
sure.
if you give a mouse a cookie, it was the whole, if you give an animal
If you give an animal
something.
something, it's going to
Yeah.
want something back.
Yeah. I feel like that book was probably taken away by, like, PETA. They're like, no, we like animals. Because I
Well,
feel
it
like it
didn't
was.
say anything bad about them.
No, but it was like, they're beggars. Like, don't.
They are
help 'em.
beggars. They're all scavengers.
Yeah.
Moose are the scavengers of the Mid-East. North Atlantic? I don't know.
North.
Of the North. Definitely not the Mid-East. I don't think
No.
there's a lot of moose walking around
No.
Saudi
I don't
Arabia.
even know. Yeah. No.
They can smell the oil. Moose can
Camels
smell the oil.
Probably
Yeah, but
have
that's
some relation.
I'm
Similar
sure camel. Yeah,
legs
all kind of.
and like torsos. Not
moose
backs,
are the last
but-
of the North American megafauna. Did you know that? You ever
Did you
heard that term?
have you seen this thing that they're making more woolly mammoths?
What are you?
They're
what are you
Jurassic
talking
Park,
about?
dude. It's all over Joe Rogan. And I don't listen to Joe Rogan, but there's like a viral video that I keep seeing, and like somewhere in Siberia, they have like they're turned into like a wildlife preserve, and they are like taking DNA from African elephants and like gene splicing it, and like pretty much to see what would happen if you reintroduced like
An extinct species.
well,
back
not
into,
just like a mega whatever.
Oh, got it.
Maybe
Sure.
what you're talking about, but like whatever like that
A mega
classification
pachyderm?
of whatever that classification of animal was, like size wise,
Sure.
you know, like that and the megalodon. I don't know. Woolly mammoths, I feel like are pretty big,
Yeah, they gotta be.
but what they do is they like do the gene splicing and they like create a woolly mammoth and then they put it inside of an African elephant.
Right.
Then the African elephant births
a woolly
a woolly mammoth.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how much? Why though? Like, what can you really learn from that?
Something.
Is the question. I guess so. I mean, if you can learn
But if
something
we've learned
about,
anything from Jurassic Park, it's to not
Well,
do
yeah.
that. Like
you know what though?
every Jurassic Park movie, they try it again, and the same thing happens.
They're just dumb. But you know what? I think if Jurassic Park were actually real, it would be pretty safe.
Well, here's the thing: is the first they could have easily remade Jurassic Park using the technology from like the new Jurassic World movies, not Domination, the most recent one. It was not very good, but like the first Jurassic World movie.
Yeah.
Or is that the one with the Indominus Rex?
Yep.
Brought to you by Verizon Wireless.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you had that technology with like the original Jurassic Park, like a T-Rex isn't getting like you're laughing. That's fine.
Exactly.
Safe as can be. So that's on them. That's on that Asian guy that somehow does the worst thing in every movie and still works for Jurassic Park.
Wouldn't Interpol like get on
Yeah,
him
like
about that
maybe
or
jail
something?
for this guy. Like
Yeah,
people
maybe
are
lock-
dying.
Maybe hashtag lock him up.
People are dying because of what he's doing.
Oh, 100%. How much blood has got to be on this guy's hands
and that,
for
but
them to
I think
put him away?
in the most like in Domination, he's there again.
Oh, yeah, he definitely
but he's
is.
not. There's no Jurassic Park in the new one. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it. That
Spoilers.
sounds hilarious.
Let's
Let's put a third Jurassic Park. Here's the twist. No park
Well,
this
no,
time.
it's all about what happens after the second Jurassic World, because it's the third Jurassic
Yeah.
World. And what happened in that one is like they tried to all the dinosaurs that got saved, they like brought to that mansion, and the guy had like a
private collection.
well, they were selling them. They were like
okay.
black market animal
To who?
dealers.
Like I feel like
rich
in
people.
movies, they always try to sell those things to like foreign militaries and stuff. And like, what is that really gonna do?
Well, there was some of that, some like arms dealers, but yeah, just like rich people who buy like black market shit.
How many tanks is a long neck really gonna take out? A couple,
Well,
maybe.
no, not though, but like the Raptors. That's the whole point of the first
Right.
Jurassic World movie. But anyway, the new one is because of that. What happens at the end of the second one is they let the Jurassic World people like free them. They're like, no, we can't sell these animals into captivity, so they think to free them, and then they like start they're reintroduced into the world, and they're just like fucking shit up everywhere.
Yeah, of course.
Like it's a problem. So this guy, and so then there's this big tech or something company,
sure.
big agricultural company or science company,
big
and
science.
the Asian guy works for him.
Of course,
and he
does.
fucks up again. He developed they find like they make like these fucking old school locusts, like dinosaur locusts, and they're like huge.
Why would they do
But
that?
because they're like
That's
they're supposed to have benefits, but he genetically modifies them to be crop ruiners, but the only crops that they don't eat are the crops that this company makes. But then it turns out they don't have enough crops because they're reproducing too fast. So like these lotuses, and then there's like a hunger and world. Yeah.
So this guy's just an absolute psycho.
But at the end of it, like I think they're gonna like leave him to die, and he's like, I'm sorry, kind of. But I feel like he does that at the end of every movie, and then they like take him with them.
Well, I think in the first Jurassic World, which is I did see the second one. It was absolute garbage.
I don't know if he's in the second one. I'm sure.
I think he's got to be, because in the first one, I think one of those ends with him getting into a helicopter, like leaving everybody to die. You know what I will say about the first Jurassic World though? Jimmy Buffett cameo, pretty good. He's carrying those 2 margaritas.
Yeah.
Jimmy's doing his thing.
Well, because there's a Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville in Jurassic World.
Which is reason enough to go.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'd love to go to a James Buffet's Margaritaville right now.
Yeah, me too.
Imagine being at that one on the boardwalk.
City Walk and
City
Universal.
Walk and
I want to go
Universal.
back to Universal so
Me
bad,
too.
man.
I asked you if you wanted to go this year. I wanted us to go for New Year's Eve.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And you said no.
I didn't remember that at all. Well, I mean, I'm sure we can go some other time.
I want to go bad. I ain't got nothing.
We got to get back on that Storm Force Accelerator, dude. What a blast.
How many years left do you think we have on the Storm Force Accelerator?
I'll tell you what. I woke up today, and for the first time, I realized because I like slept in a way, and I was like, oh man, I haven't slept at this angle in like 3 years, and I was like, oh, my body is different. My body is not the same. Yeah. So
I've been feeling good lately.
But I would gladly die on the Storm Force Accelerator. I would happily give my life on that thing.
Yeah, but you know how like old people like they can't do all that excessive spinning and light flashing.
Yeah. You have a stroke and whiplash at the same time.
Yeah. You know what? That's how I want to go out on the Storm Force Accelerator.
That'd be the best. That'd be the
if
best.
I'm ever like terminally ill or something,
sure.
Bring
just
me to
ride
Universal
it as many times.
And just spin the shit out of me. We'll hire The Rock to just spin the shit out of that wheel.
We should hire one of those arm wrestling competition guys.
They're probably good at it.
100%.
But I feel like it's a full body workout.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, the last time I did the teacups, my forearms were really getting me.
Yeah, the teacups are a little soft.
Well, yeah, but it's the same mechanic.
Yeah, same
though,
mechanic.
You know
you can still get going on the teacups, but not like the Storm Force Accelerator.
No, it's a completely different experience.
For whatever reason, nobody knows that the Storm Force Accelerator exists.
No,
because it's tucked behind Dr. Doom.
Yeah, it's way tucked away. Like, because
it's probably the best ride to work.
Yeah, for sure.
You just post up,
and like you get to wear like the cool
the
X-Men,
Dr. Doom
thing.
I feel like they wear the same outfit as the Dr. Doom people, don't they?
I don't think so.
The green with the purple?
No, they have like a gray, yellow, and purple.
Oh,
it's like
yeah,
very 90s
yeah.
X-Men, which I almost wore that sweatshirt today. But I've been buying mad comic books lately. It's been
I thought we talked
problem.
about this.
No, we didn't actually talk about it on air. We were just talking. It was when we were waiting for Grace to like come or something.
No, I'm saying
a couple episodes ago.
In the past we've talked about this. Like,
oh yeah, I'm sure. But it's back.
Are you
again,
eventually
baby.
going to start like selling the ones that you have though?
I don't know. I'm thinking I might
'Cause
because
that-
now I've got a lot of like.
Well, because then you're in the game. Like
Yeah.
if you're, upgrading stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you're just sitting on stacks, you're just not wasting money, but you're just spending it.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I mean, I can understand that perspective for sure. But like, obviously, like I collect them, so
Yeah.
it's not. It's
No,
like,
which
it doesn't seem
yeah,
like a
but
waste to me.
but that's when you collect something, that's what you do. You
Yeah.
don't just ultimately start spending more money. You trade up.
I mean, that depends on who you ask, I guess. But I've been thinking about it because I've got some like pretty solid
You have to.
like various first appearances and things like
Yeah.
that like
Well, you gotta
not bad.
make money to sell money or
You
to
gotta make
spend money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a real problem. It's a real problem. It's a real issue. It's a real issue, but it's awesome. It's very cool. You just put them all. It
You
feels
just
so
put them all on
dumb.
a shelf and
Yeah, no, not even.
every once in a while look at them.
I got like these big boxes.
No, that's what I mean. Like you
Yeah.
just stuff
just
them all.
put them in these boxes. I put them in like the bags
when
or
people
whatever.
come over, do you show them?
No.
Then there's
Why would I want? I mean, if they were interested in them, I guess. But I'm not gonna be like, come over and look at my comic books. I mean, I've got like 6 on the wall or something like that. Some of the really good ones and stuff, like the cool ones.
Big
But,
yawn?
Yeah, big yawn.
Mm-hmm.
It could be the name of the episode.
Yeah.
If just me going on about this stuff.
Cause I've been everywhere, man, looking for someone. Big Rihanna concert on Sunday.
She's coming here.
No, in Arizona.
Oh, okay. It happened or is happening?
It's happening.
Oh, okay. What's the big deal? She hadn't
It's-
done a concert in a long time?
No, it's the Super Bowl halftime show.
Oh. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, good joke.
That
The
one's,
reason that joke stems from my group message.
Mhm.
One of my buddies is a big Eagles fan. He's going to the Super Bowl, and he sent us a text the other day, like sarcastically, jokingly saying like, "Can't wait for the Rihanna concert on Sunday."
Mhm.
Blah blah blah, and he was like, somebody said something. And he was like, "Yeah, in Arizona," and our one buddy was like, "Oh, yo," or Fitzy. Sorry, I got to back up a little bit. I butchered this.
Cut all
story.
that
Yeah.
before preamble.
He didn't say like this Sunday. He just said, "Can't wait to see like Rihanna in concert in Arizona." And our one buddy was like, "Oh, when? Like I might be down." And I'm like, "Are you the stupidest motherfucker like are you that's ever lived?"
Well,
He's like, "Dude, how am I supposed to know he's talking about the Super Bowl? What if Rihanna's in Arizona again and in the future?" I'm like, "Yeah, but not fuck like what? You know that our friend is going to Arizona for the Super Bowl, and you know the entire
awesome.
world knows that Rihanna is performing."
not me and your buddy. Not
No,
me and
he
that guy.
did though. Was
Oh,
the pro-
okay.
like yeah. Fuck. Gotcha. Zing, a zing, zang, a zoobity.
I don't know if I'm going to
boopity,
watch the
zoop,
Super
boop,
Bowl
boopity.
this year.
Throw some bets, some funny bets, some prop bets.
See, I've never I still haven't downloaded any of those apps and stuff. I don't think I'm gonna get
fun.
into betting. Yeah, I know, but
Yeah,
I
you
don't-
got
I
to
don't
save all
wanna
your money.
do it.
Think about how many comic books you can win if you hit big, though.
Oh, that's all I think about, Matthew. Are you kidding me? That's the only reason I've thought about starting to gamble is so that I can get more money to buy more comic books. Are you kidding me? I'm like, okay,
That's
if I bet, that's all I. That's literally my entire thought process for thinking about downloading FanDuel is if I bet $100 on a sure thing, I can get that much more money to spend on a couple comics or
a
whatever.
Lego set.
Yeah, but I've got a couple Lego sets that I
In the
still.
bank.
Oh my god, I got this one. It's this massive 19. It's from the '60s Batman TV show. It's the Batcave from them. It's
That's
phenomenal.
cool.
It's so cool. I haven't started it yet.
What?
but-
How you feeling about Kyrie? How you feeling about the Nets?
Oh my god, that's it's literally the same thing that they always do. They put all of their eggs in these baskets to try and get stars and stuff. But the thing about the Nets, well, let me finish that thought. So they put all their eggs in the basket. I mean, it's the same fucking thing almost that they did with Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett way back when. They give up a ton of resources to get these guys and then waste them. And that's what fucking happened. And Kyrie Irving,
I was
like,
gonna say, is it really the Nets' fault though?
no, it's not. But it's just the same. It's the same old, same old. You know what I mean? And before they did it this time around, I really liked the team that they had put together when
With
Dinwiddie,
KD, but before
no, not with KD. Before
Oh.
KD even got there, I liked what they were doing. But then
pre-KD, like when he was injured out for that first season, or
before, I think before he was even on the Nets.
Wow.
Like I really enjoyed watching that team, and they weren't great. There was a period where they were so terrible. Like when I lived, I'll never forget when I lived in Orlando. I went to go see them play the Magic one time, and there was this one play. Magic got the rebound, running it back, fast break. Just guy tosses up a quick three. There's nobody under the basket except for 3 Nets players, and they all jump up, knock into each other, and hit the ball out of bounds. It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And I was at that game, decked out in Nets gear, sitting alone, and I was like, this is the most embarrassing moment of my life. One of the most embarrassing moments of my life.
what are you gonna do? At least you were there supporting the boys.
It was cool. I did get to high five Brooke Lopez, who might be my favorite Net ever.
All right, theoretical.
Mm-hmm.
The Nets draft Bronny Jr.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron comes to Brooklyn.
I'm sure they would love that, because here's the thing. One of my other points I was going to get to is the fucking Nets. The problem is,
They're not the Knicks.
no, they're a fucking merch machine. Like, they just want to get these players so that they can sell jerseys. And
Well, they want to win
ridiculous.
too, because then they make money.
They don't want to win that badly.
Yeah, they
don't
do.
want
That's
to win
how
that
sports
badly.
work.
It's fucking stupid.
Because if you
I
think
don't
they
believe
sell a
it.
lot
I
of
don't believe
merch
it.
when they get players, imagine if they had those players and they won.
I'm sure, but
The money would be astronomically larger.
I think it's a little different though when you like have a superstar like KD, like he's gonna sell jerseys no matter what, so that offsets it.
Most points in NBA history, LeBron James, and you're pissed that he's coming to the Nets?
I mean, kind of. I mean, I'm not pissed about it. I guess it just feels like.
It feels like you're pissed.
I guess I am kind of pissed. I don't know. I mean, I think that guy, like, what the fuck is he doing?
How do you think it would?
I don't think he's
LeBron?
that good. Yeah, he's not that good anymore.
How do you think
like,
him
at
coming
all.
to the Nets would affect his legacy?
I think his legacy. I honestly think his legacy is, because prime LeBron, and he's one of the greatest players of all time, but it was always that LeBron Jordan conversation. Then a lot of people would toss Kobe into it and stuff. But there was a big chunk of time where it was always somebody jumping in with Kobe. The full conversation was just Jordan and LeBron.
Yeah, it still is, I would say. Even though
I don't think so.
No,
anymore.
it is. No, it is. I don't think it should be, but it is. And I don't really know anything about basketball.
right.
I'm just looking at the graphics that have, the trophies and the numbers versus the trophies and the numbers, and not even just championships, but
Sure. Yeah.
personal, individual accolades and whatnot.
Yeah.
Um,
Like, he's great, but the thing is, Jordan left and then came back on the Wizards, and that's like, oh yeah, Jordan on the Wizards, like it's kind of a joke.
doesn't he own the Wizards now?
No, he partially owns the Charlotte Hornets.
The Hornets, yeah.
But he played for the Wizards, and that's kind of like a punchline, like Jordan on the Wizards. But LeBron has allowed himself to naturally just fall into that position. Like he's washed up. He's washed up.
Well, I just think it's also different because when you I guess I would probably say Cleveland if you're like, when you think of LeBron, like what city, but he's not.
I mean, he was a beast in Miami.
Yeah, well, he's not tied to a team. Like he doesn't have,
Yeah.
all the greats for the most part are synonymous with the team that they played for,
Mm-hmm.
like Kobe and the Lakers, like Jordan and the Bulls.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's a little different because like Wayne Gretzky's not really like that. He,
Oh, he's not?
no, he played for the Oilers, he played for the Kings, he played for the
Okay.
Rangers.
Yeah.
But again, him getting traded was more so. I don't know. I don't know this for sure, but like it was more so the, like for the growth of the sport, like when he went to LA.
Oh.
So like I don't
That's kinda
necessarily
cool.
know that it was forced, but I know that he was going to get traded. He actually said this in an interview. He knew he was going to get traded, and they were obviously going to let him pick where he wanted to go. And I think like the two top options were Detroit or LA, and he wanted to go to Detroit because it's, you know, such a famous hockey city. And his dad actually said to him, like, you're never, like, there's always only going to be one Gordie Howe. Like, you're never going to be, or you know what I mean? Like
Sure.
that. Like you should go somewhere and be Wayne Gretzky.
Right. Be the first
Which
Wayne
he did.
Gretzky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was already Wayne Gretzky at that point when he got
Yeah.
traded from the Oilers. So it wasn't like, but, you know, don't follow in somebody else's footsteps. Like, go do. So I guess that kind of, but I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Because I always just
LeBron
associate him
James.
with the Oilers.
Really? See, most people I think would say the Kings.
I mean, you know me, I don't know. I mean, especially as far as the history of hockey goes, I'm completely in the dark. So when I think Wayne Gretzky, I always think about, like, I always picture him in the Oilers jersey. Was
Well,
he 99 everywhere?
Yes.
Is his number retired on all those teams?
It's retired by the league. Nobody
Oh,
can
okay.
wear number 99.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's the coolest thing.
I can't do this math. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so he played for 10 years in Edmonton and 8 years in LA. But LA, like, he was so famous when he played in LA. Like, he was famous when he played for the Oilers, but he was so famous when he played for
Sure.
LA. And then he did a quick stint in St. Louis, and then he played for the Rangers.
Got it. It's Tinseltown, baby.
Well, because LA was booming at the time. It was the 90s.
Yeah.
And so, like, and he was, you know, one of the most famous people in LA. So he was rolling with the famous of the famous.
Man, it had to be so
Which is crazy to think about.
wild.
That a hockey player was one of the most famous people in LA at the time, but he was a huge celebrity.
Yeah. Well, sports was different then too, in a way that I can't quite articulate because I'm not close enough to the game. But it feels like everything was different back. Like,
Well, because sports athletes were icons. They were like, you know, we talk now about how people love so many different people have so many different favorite athletes because you can get to know each athlete on a not real personal, but a fake personal level through like following that specific athlete and their journey and their social media and stuff like that. Like, you're still going to be fans of a team, but a lot of people have different favorite athletes. Where at the time, like, those huge athletes were such like icon. They were superstars. Because those were the people you got to see the most, and you would still know other athletes, and they were still famous, but I think the way that athletes were perceived were different because the only time you saw what they were doing was in the media, which wasn't covering them like it does now. It was, you know, paparazzi and interviews and like them leaving pictures, like, you know, quick video clips on the news of like them walking out of like the most famous restaurant in like whatever city they're in, you know what I mean, and
Sure.
and stuff like that, and cameras flashing, and they were like larger than life. Like, people idolized them because they thought that they were like, you know, they didn't see them as humans at the time. That's what I would probably say is what I think you're thinking of.
yeah, like it's just more accessible on like a personal level.
Well,
Sure.
but not focusing on now, focusing on then though.
Yeah.
Like, because their you know, their coverage was more limited. Not that it was, but you know, it was from a personal perspective.
Mhm.
You saw them as like, you know, I feel like back then, whenever you saw an athlete like that, you were like starstruck. Whereas, not saying a lot of people wouldn't be now, but you might feel more comfortable like saying something that's not like, oh my God, like you're so and so. You know what I mean? Like having a conversation with somebody because you know more about them.
Okay.
And you see them more often in a less public light on Instagram, or
Sure.
see what they're tweeting, and you know.
yeah,
So you they're more like a person.
right.
Yeah. Whereas at the time, I mean, they you know, you didn't look at those people like people. You looked at them like superstars.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing with like actors and stuff now. I think especially though with the actor front, now is just because there's just like used to be, obviously there were only like a few channels, so the shows on there, if you were on those shows, you were super famous and you made the most money of any people ever, like fucking what's his name, Uncle Joey from Full House. Gibbs. Well, Gibbs is the fucking exception to the rule. He's also kind of like NCIS. Like
he's not on NCIS anymore. He's done.
What? Agent Jethro Gibbs?
Pretty sure
he
Gibbs
turned in his
retired.
badge? That's crazy.
I have to look up that episode and watch it.
Yeah, the retirement of Jethro Gibbs. I mean, he was old as fuck. He's getting to like that Matlock age.
The only way he should have ever retired from that show is if they killed him off. Like they shouldn't
my
have.
God,
you
that
know what I
would've
mean?
been-
Like you
Sure.
can't. Like
Wow.
everybody else dies like that.
Imagine.
Mike, you know his boy Mike, like from
Oh,
the show.
the mustache guy?
Yeah.
That guy gets it.
He died. Yeah, he gets shot in the rain out in front of Gibbs' house, and the girl who was at the director.
Yeah.
That they were also like secret agents with whatever when they were like assassinating people and shit. Yeah.
Those weird, like,
flashback
shaky,
clip. And they're like shooting
blurry
people in like
flashbacks that you can't
Europe
see.
somewhere.
Yeah. Oh my
Um,
God, the best.
She got capped. She was
Holy
murdered.
shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So like he's got it. He had to have died in his basement too, building the boat. Because there was a couple times he almost died in his basement. That's why him and Ziva were so tight. Because Ziva's brother came into Gibbs's basement to shoot him in the head, and Gibbs wasn't paying attention, and Ziva shot her own brother in the back. Because she knew that he was on his way to kill Gibbs. It was like Ziva's like first month with NCIS. Gibbs didn't trust her at all, for obviously because she was coming from working for whatever
the Mossad.
the Mossad.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love the deep NCIS lore.
Yeah.
It's so much like a soap opera, though. Like that's so she's got to shoot her own brother in the back. Come on, that's like
She made a choice,
she
she chose what was right.
That's right.
And that's Ziva's. That's her. That's her to a T, Andrew.
Can you imagine?
That's her character.
The Gibbs
Could have shot him in the knee probably and like not murdered
sure,
him, but
probably
she fucking straight up smoked his ass.
fratricide. Yeah, no,
I think
no,
she would have shot him in the head.
Yeah, well, you got to be sure.
Well, I mean, she's an assassin,
Exactly.
trained killer, man.
Imagine the Gibbs funeral episode, though. That would be an event. That would be a television event.
Ducky died in real life, didn't he?
No,
Oh, thank
you
God.
got to look that up because I don't. I don't.
Who did
think he
we?
did.
Who did we have an episode about their death? Somebody from a show.
Well, the guy Mosey from White Collar.
Oh,
When that guy
Maz,
died.
that's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when that guy
Maz.
died, we
Mosey.
did-
Shut the fuck up,
Man,
dude.
I don't know. I haven't watched
Maz,
White
dude.
Collar.
That's
I
Maz, bro. Fuck.
I haven't watched. I don't even think I've watched White Collar all the way through. It's so.
If there was one show or movie that I could erase from my memory and watch again from start to finish, it would be White Collar.
Mine would probably be Monk.
All right, away from USA.
No, never. I mean, for what?
I watched
15 minutes?
I
We
watched
always
that
go
new
back.
Batman movie finally.
Oh, The Batman?
Yeah.
With Robert Pattinson? What'd you think?
I liked it.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I'm excited for a next one.
It's going to be great. It's going to
Yeah.
be so cool.
Yeah, it inspired me then then I was like in a big time Batman mood. So then a couple nights ago I watched Batman Begins, which is also an unbelievable movie. I always forget about it. Like I always jump right to The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
But it's the same reason that I think I like the new Batman so much. It's like Batman Origin, like them developing.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily love the stuff with Ra's al Ghul, like when he's like training and stuff like that, except for the one scene where he gets his arm cut and then he slices the other two guys' arms.
Yeah.
And then Ra's al Ghul, who we didn't know was actually Ra's al Ghul until Dark Knight, but you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And he like, you can't leave any sign of remembrance or something like that. And I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That part is cool.
Yeah.
When that movie came out in 2005, I want to say.
Yep. And then 2008 and then 2012. I think.
Yeah. I remember going to see Batman Begins in the theater, and I did not enjoy it at all. So I wouldn't have even been 10 years old, and I did not like it because you know what? It wasn't like cartoony enough for me, honestly, at that time. And also at that time, I was watching the old what?
That's who plays Batman is Robert Pattinson. That's who that is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, you know what's fucked up? The only thing I didn't like about that movie is I don't really fuck with that guy's face. And now, like, he doesn't look the same as when he was doing Twilight.
Yeah, of course.
But now I see it.
Yeah. You don't like his face?
No, because Christian Bale to me was like such a, like, again, it's kind of like a different, it's a different like saga of Batman.
Very different Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. And I like parts of it. Like, I kind of like the part of it. Like, I like the whole aspect where Falcone was like, yeah, that, like, your dad had me kill this guy. You thought your
John
dad.
Turturro, man. That
Like,
guy fucking rules.
Like, that part is good. And the Riddler, that's great. That's class. Because that's, like, when Batman cartoons, like, the
100%.
Riddler. And you never really saw him in the other movies.
Yeah. Well, the Jim Carrey one.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey's Riddler. Which again is just
But I'm
different.
talking like the recent movie. I meant like
Sure,
the
yeah.
Dark Knight
Right,
saga,
okay.
we'll call it.
Yeah.
Trilogy.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, really good. I was a big fan.
Oh.
I don't even like necessarily remember it all. But I remember it being good.
It's my favorite Batman, and I'll tell you why. I'm so glad you brought this up because I've been wanting to like say this to somebody because I've been thinking about it recently. Yeah, I know. You really opened a can of worms, buddy. You got to buckle up, okay?
Let's hear it.
So here's the reason I like this one more than any other Batman is because with the Christian Bale one, with every other Batman before, honestly, but the Christian Bale one just because they're obviously the most recent, it's always like there's always parts where like he is being Bruce Wayne and he's like Playboy Bruce Wayne and he's out at a fundraiser or whatever and somebody's like, so the Batman, and he's like, oh, I don't know, blah blah blah. Like he's just kind of like he's a very
Like the
schmoozy-
scene with Harvey Dent when he
Yes.
calls for the table. No, I own the place. I
Yeah.
think they should. I own the place.
Yeah, like that. Like,
and then yeah.
that thing. So here's the thing. I feel like in every other rendition of Batman, that one included, it's like, well, I'm Bruce Wayne. My parents were killed. I got to dress up. I got to be Batman to get revenge. That's not Batman, dude. The essence,
Vengeance.
the very essence of Batman, the best Batman comics are written by guys who understand this very, very simple thing that Bruce Wayne is the mask. That guy he's Batman. He's not Bruce Wayne. He's Batman.
You know that's a direct quote from Batman Begins, right? Rachel literally says that to Christian Bale's Batman.
I didn't know that. I'm glad that that's incorporated in there, I guess, but I honestly don't think that movie that really rings true in that series. Like I get that.
No, it 100%. No,
I get that they still aren't together because
no, but
like
this
Batman,
is why I disagree with you because the whole thing in Batman Begins, like right in the beginning, the reason he does that stuff that you're talking about not liking is because Alfred says to him, like, if you're going to be a billionaire, like Playboy young guy who, isn't seen a lot and is always tired and beat up, like you have to play a persona or else people are going to wonder where you are all the time. So that's why Bruce Wayne is the mask in that sense, because every time he's out in public, he's being a rich douchebag. Like when he kicks everybody out of his house, you know what I mean? In Batman Begins when they're having the fundraiser because he just comes back.
Okay.
And they're like, the apple fell far from the tree. The guy says that to him on his way out, and then his house burns down. And like they blame it on him being drunk. Like drunk Playboy burns down Wayne Manor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he is okay with people not liking that in him because that is what's an act.
Look, fair enough.
I don't even remember, because I watched the new Batman and then Batman Begins, like within
They're
48
blurring
hours of
together
each
a
other.
little bit.
Yeah, like I don't even remember what happens in the new Batman.
I mean, fair enough, but I think my point still stands because I think it's still the Batman is the best.
that's
like
good. It's a
showing of
really,
that.
really good
like
movie.
He's so reluctant to be Bruce Wayne. That's what I really like about it. Like he doesn't want to be Bruce Wayne at all in that movie.
He puts on a suit
and that's perfect.
once,
Yeah.
and Alfred's fired up about it.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's so angsty in that movie.
And
it's so good.
it's all to
God, that movie rules. That's like a go-to
I have to watch it
airplane
again, 'cause
movie
now
for
I
me.
can't, man.
Is
The new
Batman.
Batman just came out.
Yeah, I know. And I've been on a lot of planes since it like came out though. So that one and Top Gun Maverick, because those are I mean, I could watch those movies literally anytime. Those two movies.
It's a good movie.
Would you like? I mean, maybe not at this point in your life, but like really, really, would you like give your whole life away to Scientology to be like Tom Cruise level of? I mean, that guy's made like 2 bad movies in his whole career. He's very rich. He does seem like kind of an asshole, though. I just saw.
He's no Leo.
Oh, dude, can we talk about Leo for a second? Because I know he's like, people are talking about how he's dating that 19-year-old or whatever. Which, hey, what are you gonna do, man? The guy's a movie star. He's doing his thing. He's not in great shape though. Like, he doesn't have a very good body.
Well,
That always surprises me.
But I feel like he's one of those guys where, like, when he's like, I'm not filming anything, why would I take care of myself? Like, I'm a billionaire. Like, maybe not billion, but like, he's like, you know, when I have a movie, when I have to do a movie, they'll give me 6 weeks. I'll buy a personal trainer and they'll
give him
look
one.
fucking good. Yeah, and then I'll be fine.
He
Other
has
than
to.
that, like, I'm Leonardo DiCaprio. I can do whatever the fuck I want. Adam Sandler style, kind of. You know what I mean? Like, I can do whatever I want. I can wear fucking Tim's and Walmart pajamas in public. And
I mean, he's still got a super handsome face, but like every time I see
he looks a little heavy set.
Every time I see his gut, I'm like, holy shit! Yeah. You just don't expect it.
Well, you're probably eating good and drinking good, and
I mean, the guy rips cigs.
Yeah, there you go.
So like every picture I see of him, every video,
he's got. I didn't even know he was a cigarette
god,
guy.
that guy rips darts like nobody's business. I do love that.
Did you see that? I don't know when it's from. I just saw it. It was a clip of Andy Samberg. I think it was on Jimmy Fallon, and he invited Sandler to his wedding or something like that. Did you see this?
No.
And it was super funny. He was like, I don't know if I should invite Sandler. Like, I know we've done some stuff together, and like we're close, but like, does Sandler really want to come to my wedding? Blah 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 blah. And so they had like the party like the night before or whatever for like get everybody together, and he had texted Sandler, was like the party blah blah come by, and he didn't know if he was gonna come or whatever, and next thing you know, Adam Sandler walks in like dressed as his dad from That's My Boy, because that's the whole premise of the movie,
right?
And like played the character all night like at his like not rehearsal but like the get together afterwards or whatever. It was a funny clip. And there's some other thing. Sure. I don't know exactly, but it was good. Let's do Who Would Win of the Week.
Okay, the Who Would Win of the Week. Matthew's magnum opus.
This is a great Who Would Win. Fuck you.
The Who Would Win? Will Hunting versus Patrick Jane, the Mentalist. I don't think Patrick Jane stands a chance. I think he's toast.
He's the Mentalist.
So what? Will Hunting. I keep wanting to call him Good Will Hunting, so I'm probably just going to do that. Good Will Hunting is smarter, and the guy fights like nobody's business.
I know, Andrew, but they're actually very, very similar. Didn't grow up in great areas, tough lives.
Where did Patrick Jane grow up?
His family got murdered.
Oh, but his wife though, and his daughter,
and
not his parents. Like, he lived a good life up until then.
No. Maybe. He's from a rough area of town.
Is that true? I don't think
the area where he lives is rough.
Okay, yeah, now
his family got murdered.
No, okay, whoa. But by a serial killer. That was a tactical hit.
Yeah, but
Red John made a tactical hit. That wasn't just a random act of violence.
If you live in a gated community, your family doesn't just get murdered.
Okay, but you don't have to live in a gated community to be focused on by a serial killer.
Regardless,
it's not like there were just stray bullets flying through the window.
Okay, you know the scene in Good Will Hunting when?
Yeah, I know them all.
I know, but let me fucking talk.
Sorry.
When Will Hunting is talking about the picture that Robin Williams painted, and like that shit, and they're going back and forth, like. The mental, because you can get really, really, really in Will Hunting's head. The Mentalist would have a field day from that perspective. Now, it would, for a while, Will Hunting would give it back, but eventually he would snap and he'd be fighting out of anger, whereas the Mentalist is so calculated in his emotions for the most part.
Well,
unless
he's
it
dead
involves,
inside.
Yeah. Unless it involves Red John, but like even I feel like if Will Hunting was like, "Oh, your family got murdered," I think Patrick Jane would be like, "Yes, it did," and spin it back on Will Hunting, and Will Hunting would get frustrated. Like, pretty much all of the counseling sessions are a perfect example of this. Like, Robin Williams' character was doing that to Will Hunting to an extent to like get him to process emotion, whereas Patrick Jane in a situation like this would do it to push his buttons, and continue doing it. Like, Robin Williams was kind of doing it to open him up, and then trying to help process that, not like keep pressing for the most part. Whereas, Patrick Jane would just press away.
Sure.
Now,
well, here's the thing: Will Hunting, what your example you gave with the painting, Will Hunting, especially with like a shyster like the Mentalist, Will Hunting's gonna know every tactic that he's making.
Yeah, but
and
so
you're
would the
right.
Mentalist.
He's still gonna hit a. Yeah.
No,
so
but he's still gonna piss the Mentalist.
He's still gonna hit on a nerve. But I think that yes, it is more likely that the Mentalist is gonna hit on a nerve for Will than Will's gonna hit on the Mentalist. Both are possible, but you are right in that case. However, Will's still gonna beat the shit out of him.
No, but the Mentalist is physically in. He can go. Like he's not just he's got some physical attributes to him.
Maybe he's in shape,
and he's a calculated
he's not like Sherlock Holmes.
No, but he has a little bit of Sherlock in him.
Not like the fighting Robert Downey Jr.
A little bit, not like disorient with chop to neck, dislocate jaw, break third rib, crack third rib. Hit the rib again with elbow to puncture
break
lung.
it and then you crack it.
Yeah, whatever. Not like that. But he does have a little bit of he's the Mentalist, bro. That's like his whole thing is he sees that shit coming,
okay.
Dude. He sees that shit
he's
coming.
Not the body
He floats like a
guy.
butterfly. He doesn't sting like a
Mentalist-
bee, but he floats like a butterfly.
Will Hunting is definitely faster than the Mentalist.
Will Hunting stings like a bee. The Mentalist floats like a butterfly.
I don't know about that, man.
And again, when Will Hunting gets in these fits of rage, he's more of he gets more and more frustrated. So all the Mentalist has to do
what, though?
is dodge a few punches.
He doesn't get that frustrated unless
does.
they're really going at it. But
And they're gonna really
look at the altercation, like the first one we see when they pull up on those guys in the playground.
Jump somebody.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, that guy messed with Will. Obviously, he got so angry to the point he knew he was going to get that guy back.
Yeah, but that's a that's exactly. But it
he
wasn't
was
in
like,
the moment.
okay, here we
It
go.
wasn't
Boom.
in the moment. Exactly. He had already passed that guy and then saw him again and was like, let's beat this guy's ass. It wasn't that guy sitting there going at him, 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 and then Will tries to fight. That's literally the entire point of the movie is he's not good with his emotions. And Patrick Jane would put those emotions to the test.
Sure, but I think Will would do the same thing to Patrick Jane because you're saying he's calm and collected. I think he's literally dead inside.
Well, either way, you're still disproving your point that he would do the same thing.
No, because I think he's gonna get just as frustrated if Will hits on the wife thing.
No,
that's what Robin Williams does.
No.
Same fucking thing.
No, that would not happen because the Mentalist does his best work like that under pressure. He many of times gets in verbal, not altercations, but verbal chess matches with people where they try to come at him like that, and he stays his ability to the Mentalist, especially after the Red John stuff cools off, if you were like, fuck you buddy, your wife's dead, he would be like yes, she is. I was upset for a very long time. He would
sure.
You know what I mean? He's like, yes, that's something that upsets me. I know that. I'm not going to get, I'm not going to, whereas Will Hunting, if you were like, your girlfriend's got big teeth and she's British, he would get pissed at that.
Sure. Now, let's just talk about the full-on physical thing, because even if Will goes in there real frustrated and swinging, I'm not convinced that the Mentalist is going to be able to take advantage of that enough anyways. And if these two guys are wailing on each other, the only thing that I think will keep the Mentalist going is the thought of his family. But he'd have to be fighting Red John for that to happen. Will, he's driven internally, mostly by pride, sure.
Well, and fight or flight. He's fight because he had to fight when his dad was kicking his ass and shit like that.
But
the
I'm saying
Mentalist,
the
I'm pretty
Mentalist
sure
is
got
going to
beat
give
too.
up. He's going to give up before Will does. He's going to tap out before Will does.
I don't agree with you on that at all. But I will say, there was definitely some devil's advocate going on because I would take Will Hunting in this fight. But I think you're not giving the Mentalist enough credit. Like, the Mentalist I can't, because I haven't watched the show in a while, I can't pull a specific scene like I can from Good Will Hunting that I've seen a zillion times. But I'm telling you, the Mentalist gets into it. He's not Sherlock, but he's got a dash of Holmes.
Okay.
He's like Enola. And Enola can scrap.
Oh, my God. I do not like those movies.
I do. The second one was a stretch, but the first one was good.
I didn't watch the second one. I'll admit that.
You would
I don't
hate
like
the
first
second one.
I'm sure I would.
The second one was significantly worse, but it was still entertaining.
So
I'm a big Sherlock Holmes guy.
Well, of course. He's great.
I'm taking Will Hunting.
100%. 100%.
I mean, not 100. It's like a 60-40 fight.
I think, oh, my God.
I think you just...
He's going to beat this guy to a pulp.
Don't think of things properly. Okay. 2-0. Vote on that on this week's... Emily, what do you think? Mentalist or Good Will Hunting?
I've never watched The Mentalist.
Fuck you.
Mm.
Vote on that on Instagram. Two in the Cooler, who would win of the week on Friday. Vote on that on Instagram on Friday. We got to wrap up soon.
Oh, okay.
And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because we're going to get into it right now.
Oh,
we got to talk a little bit of National Treasure.
The finale's out today, right?
That's why I got to get out of here.
Okay. Because you're going to go watch it like before practice?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to.
Yeah.
I can't wait another second.
Yeah.
But I want to talk a little bit about, we talked before episode 9.
Mm-hmm.
Then we watched episode 9.
I got to add another character that I hate to the list. Her dad.
See, her dad to me is kind of funny.
Worst wig I've ever seen. That guy looks really bad.
Is he dead? Did he die? Spoiler.
I honestly can't remember.
Neither can I. I can't remember what happened.
No. Oh, my God. Spoiler alerts across the board. It's on you at this point. Salazar is the fucking guy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the agent.
Yeah, the agent.
Yeah.
Agent Ross. Dude.
No, not Agent Ross.
Yes, Agent Ross.
No, Agent Ross is the girl.
Yeah. She got
stabbed by Salazar. The other agent is
the other agent.
The guy
is Salazar.
The guy who didn't listen to Ben
makes
Gates.
So much sense but it's not. That was his plan though. The whole time, right? That's what this is saying. That was his plan because he's a treasure destroyer. So he was already doing that stuff before.
That was a stretch.
That's what it is though.
I didn't get that from it.
They're not explicitly saying
no,
that,
but I didn't even pick up a hint of that. Maybe we'll find out more.
Well, I don't think there's a hint of it. I think it's just
you want to know what's fucked up. Actually, this is one thing I was going to say that pissed me off.
Okay.
National Treasure style, talking about Agent Ross.
That dude is going to be so upset. Oh, wait, how she?
Well, that
her buddy's going to be, or her lover's going to be so
boyfriend,
mad. That's
her
all
corner,
I thought.
Her boyfriend thing, whatever.
That's all I thought.
And he's like, "Don't go alone," and then her phone cuts out, and that was it. There's no way she survives that, right?
I think she was dead.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, she was she got stabbed with a giant ass sword.
That was pretty rough.
No, you want to know what actually made me mad in such National Treasure fashion? Did you catch when they finally said Agent Ross's middle name?
Of course I did. They fucking made a huge deal out of it. How could I miss that?
Betsy
Ross. Her name was Betsy Ross the whole time. My mother liked to sew.
Yeah, my mother.
Dude, I loved that. I loved that.
Yeah,
that was
I hated that.
Was so stupid.
I don't. You know what? Too, and that makes me lead. What's that girl's name?
The main girl?
Yeah.
I fucking can't remember.
It's not Natasha.
No.
But isn't it something like that?
Gloria
No.
Estefan. Isn't it something
What's
like
her
that?
name?
Lacey, Kaylee,
No.
Catherine,
No, shut
Michelle?
up.
Bethany. Her name is also Betsy Ross. Is that it? They say her name so much. All her friends talk about.
Tasha.
Oh, that's the best friend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You were talking. I thought you were talking about the main girl.
That's Jess, Andy. You don't know her name?
I could not remember it for the life of me. I remember Billy's name
Tasha.
and Oren. I remember Asian Ben. Those are the only names I remember.
Tasha.
Yeah.
I don't really like her either. I hate her whole attitude she gets, like when she's like, I don't want to be in the system.
I mean, I can appreciate
Well,
that.
and then they explain why she thinks that, because her grandma got, framed or whatever and all that stuff. But, like, she, like, plays it up a little too much. I feel like if you didn't want to be in the system, you'd just be like, you know what I mean? You just sit there silent. I don't want to be in the system.
Yeah, I know. Like, then why are you you're telling them you don't want to be in the system? That
Maybe we should put you in the system then. Like, anybody who really doesn't want to be in the system,
that's the one surefire way
to get in the system.
Get in the system.
Yeah. But I forgot about that. So they're on their way. Wow, this is gonna be
to the treasure. It's cool.
Yeah.
So
you know what else actually about
boy.
the dad when
Yeah.
when Billy grabs the pen and opens it up and the little needle is inside the pen.
Yeah.
He does the worst job of playing that off. He's like, "Oh, that's why you haven't taken a breath since I grabbed this pencil or whatever."
Dude, Catherine Zeta-Jones is acting that man off the screen.
Is that Billy?
Yeah. She's good. I really like her.
Yeah, I don't fuck with her though, but that's just because of who she
she's
is.
bad. She's bad.
Yeah. She pisses me off too though. I'm still curious. There's a lot of things that I'm curious.
I want to say another thing about Salazar. I like that it is the guy who turned them away, Ben Gates away in the first one, obviously. However, I just want to say this. After he stabs Ross and they're like, Salazar, the shot of him is the least intimidating thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, because he's
just
too handsome.
Does not
He's
look
too handsome to be a
intimidating.
Salazar.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
You think Salazar is like an ugly person's name?
Well, you got to have some like grit to you, and he's got like the
100%.
perfectly shaven
See,
beard,
that's
the
thing. I don't think
jawline.
he's earned the name Salazar that
See,
way.
my
But he's
theory
keeping
was
his hands clean.
at one point in the show that Salazar wasn't a single person.
It was a group.
It was the group of people that were like hiring Billy, and
That'd be
she
cool.
didn't even know that. She just, but also like, Salazar killed her brother. We know that from Jess's dad. And Billy, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm very excited. I gotta go home
It's gonna be cool.
and do my thing.
Yep.
I didn't eat lunch today either. I went to go get lunch today. I forgot my wallet.
Classic.
Yeah.
You got to get out of here.
Well, I gotta
Should
go
we
watch the
wrap it
show.
up?
Yeah, we can wrap it up. I feel like we got through a lot.
I mean, I guess so. The only other thing I was going to ask you was your favorite Scooby-Doo villain, because I was just watching Scooby-Doo 2
What's your
Monsters
Scooby-Doo?
Unleashed.
I don't even
What's
know.
your Scooby-Doo? Great show. Phenomenal theme song. What's new
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo coming
I don't
up
even
to?
know who my
I think
favorite
it was by
Scooby-Doo
Blink 182.
It is.
That's crazy.
The only like Scooby-Doo like from the show I don't remember. But the only like really Scooby-Doo that I can put into memory, except for that live action one with the Tiki Island or whatever.
Yeah, the first live-action Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, Monster Island.
Creepy, Scary Island or something like that. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of remember bits and pieces from that one, but it's really just Scrappy-Doo
Scrappy-Doo, baby.
when they're at the school.
The Ghoul School?
The
I
Ghoul
knew you
School.
were going to stay Ghoul School.
Yeah, Ghoul School is the
God
best.
damn it. I could talk Ghoul School all day. And on one day
Because
I
they go and
certainly
play
hope to.
that camp in like soccer or something.
Coal camp or something, I think. Is
And they're like
what
all
called.
athletes and they just rinse the shit
Yeah,
out
because
of
it's a
these.
military school,
Yeah.
and they're going up against monsters, and they're like,
Yeah.
whatever. Let's
I
just rip through
loved
these
the
freaks.
military. I got rooted for the military school watching that movie.
What?
They
You're crazy.
not like the whole movie, but like in the scene where they play soccer. Isn't
Yeah.
it soccer?
Is
it baseball?
Volleyball. I think it's volleyball. I'm almost positive it's
I just
volleyball.
remember being like,
and I
yeah,
think they lose.
dominate these.
Because
fuckers.
that whole, dude, the whole premise of that movie is Shaggy gets hired as the new coach. to come work at that
Yeah,
school.
no, but maybe they play twice. No, they get rinsed at one point in that movie.
Of course.
Yeah,
That makes sense. God, that movie.
and I'm like,
I
fuck
love
yeah.
that movie. I had, man, watching that movie in preschool, I had a crush on all those monster girls except for Frankenstein's daughter, because no offense, but
I don't even.
I don't think she
remember
was-
them. I don't even remember what they were.
oh my God.
I remember the one definitely I could see. I don't know.
the vampire
Or
one.
Maybe.
Yeah, she's all purple.
Sure.
Okay, hey, you don't want to go there.
You
that's
had a
fine.
lot more cartoon
won't push you.
crushes than I did.
Oh, 100%.
You
100%.
also- yeah.
I'd watch a lot more cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Still
Yeah.
do.
All right, Andy. Well, another episode in the books.
Yep, there we go. I
Had a
think
lot of
this
fun.
is this. Oh no, this is 149. So next week's 150, which is pretty good. I don't really care for
Counting.
milestones, but it's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah. When we hit 700, we'll talk.
Yeah, there we go.
We hit
Maybe we'll
1,000
do something for that.
episodes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
52. That would take us 10 years. 20 years.
Yeah, if we keep doing one a week,
That would take us 20 years.
that's a long time. I think
That's
hey,
way too fucking long.
could ramp it up and get there closer. Start
No.
doing a couple a week.
Yeah. Ramp these up, buddy.
Yeah,
Andy, I love you.
I love you too. Thanks, folks. Let's get out of here.